Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today's lesson is about if only. Let's look at an example. Here is a situation. Jane does not have a car. Okay, so that means she walks 3 miles to school every day. So she has a very long walk. Jane says, or thinks, if only I had a car. If only I had a car. So what does this mean? Well, if only followed by the past tense. We use this to express a wish in the present. Okay? So the form is the past, but the meaning is the present. So this means Jane is saying I would like to have a car, and it's in the present. The desire or the want is in the present. Okay? And it also means I wish I had a car in the present. And again, we have the past tense here because the verb wish, when it takes the past tense, the meaning is also present. Okay, so if only, it describes an unreal situation. Okay, an unreal situation. Okay, it's a wish or a want, but that we do not have. Okay, so Jane doesn't have a car, but she would like to have a car. Okay, an unreal situation. So in this lesson, you will learn how to use if only in the present, past, and future. So the present meaning, the past meaning, and the future meaning. So this is the present meaning, and we'll look at this in more detail, and then we'll look at the past and the future. So watch the video, and then do the 3 exercises at the end. Okay, so there are 3 exercises at the end. So make sure you watch the whole lesson first. So if only in the present. Let's look at some more examples. So this is the rule. So we've already seen this. So the form is if only followed by the subject followed by the past simple. And the meaning is it's a wish for the present. Okay, so it's an unreal situation in the present. Mark lives in Manchester. His best friend lives in Paris. So Mark thinks or says, if only I lived in Paris. If only I lived in Paris. So Mark is thinking positively about Paris. He would like to live there. He wishes he lived there. In the present. Okay, this is the present. It's a past tense, past simple. But the meaning of this is he wants to live in Paris. He's thinking about Paris in the present. Another example. The situation is David would like to buy a computer, but he has no money. So David says, if only I was rich. If only I was rich. Okay? So this means that David in the present would like to be rich so that he can buy a computer. Okay? So if only I was. So I was is the past simple form of the verb be. But the meaning is present. This is quite an advanced rule, but it is possible to replace was with were, and that would be the subjunctive. And that is a more formal way of saying this. So with the subjunctive, we can say, if only I were rich. The meaning of these two is exactly the same. this is a little bit more formal. This is quite rare actually. In modern English, I was is more common. But in a very, very strict, if you want to be very strict grammar, then this is probably, yes, this is correct in a very strict grammar. Okay. And I have another video on my channel which explains the past simple. So it explains the form and lots of different meanings with the past simple. So for that video, click on the screen and the link is also in the description. Let's look at some more examples in the present. So this time we're going to use a different past tense. So this time we're using if only followed by the subject followed by the past continuous. The meaning is the same. It's a wish for the present. It's an unreal situation in the present. Example. It's raining. So Jane is disappointed because it's raining. Okay, she doesn't like the rain. So Jane says, if only it wasn't raining. If only it wasn't raining. So this means that Jane would prefer if it wasn't raining. But this is in the present. She's complaining about the rain in the present. Okay, it wasn't raining. So this is the past continuous form of rain. So it wasn't raining. It's a negative. And if we want to be very strict, we would use the subjunctive. If only it weren't raining. Okay. Another example. The situation is Mark would like to use his phone, but it isn't working. So Mark says, if only my phone was working. If only my phone was working. Okay. So he has a wish in the present. He wishes that his phone was working. But that is in the present. So the form is the past continuous. But the meaning is the present. He wants his phone to work now, in the present. And again, if we want to use the subjunctive, then we would say, if only my phone were working. Okay. And again, I have a more detailed video about the past continuous tense with the form and lots of different meanings and uses of the past continuous. The link is on the screen now, and it is also in the description of the video. If only in the future. So we're talking about the meaning. The meaning is in the future. The form is slightly different. It is if only, subject, followed by would, and then the base form of the verb. And the meaning of this is a wish for the future. Okay. David needs more money. David says, if only I would win the lottery. If only I would win the lottery. So if only, the subject, would, and here is the base form of the verb win, which is win. So David hopes that he will win the lottery in the future. That's what this means. He's hoping to win the lottery in the future. Okay. Another example. Sarah is feeling lonely. So she says, or she thinks, if only someone would come to visit me. So we have the subject, someone, would, and then we have the base form of the verb, which is come. So Sarah hopes that someone will come to visit her. That's what this means. Okay, so it's a wish for the future, but it's an unreal situation, which means that in fact, unfortunately, nobody is coming to see her. Okay, but she wishes for someone to come and see her, but it's not actually the case. It's not actually true at the moment. That's why we say it's an unreal situation. Another example in the future. So this is the form. I've already explained this. So the example is Claire is looking for a job and she is becoming frustrated. So she says, if only someone would offer me a job. If only someone would offer me a job. Okay, so this means that she hopes that someone will offer her a job, but at the moment it is not happening. So it's an unreal situation. And again, I have a very detailed video about the modal verb would, because this is a modal verb, and the link is on the screen and in the description. Now let's look at if only in the past. So the meaning in the past. So the form is if only followed by a subject followed by the past perfect. The past perfect. And the meaning is it's a wish or a desire to change something from the past. But obviously it is impossible to change the past, isn't it? I mean, we can't change the past. It's in the past. It's happened. So in fact, the meaning is we are expressing regret. Okay? Something has happened in the past. And we did something in the past and we regret it. Today we regret it. So today we are regretting something that we did yesterday or that we did 5 years ago. Okay. Claire hates her job as a cleaner. Okay, so Claire is a cleaner and she doesn't like her job. She doesn't enjoy it. So she says, if only I had worked harder at school. If only I had worked harder at school. Okay. So she regrets the fact that she didn't work hard at school. Okay. So she didn't work hard at school and today she regrets that. Okay. So that's what this means. Okay. So it is a wish in the past. Okay. It's an unreal situation because of course we cannot change the past. Okay. Another example. 10 years ago, David asked Claire to marry him. But unfortunately, Claire said no. So David asked Claire to marry him, but Claire said no. And today, in the present, David is thinking about what happened. He's thinking about it. And he regrets what happened. So this is what he says. If only she had said yes. If only she had said yes. So this is the past perfect, had said. And the past perfect is had followed by the past participle. So this means that Claire, something happened in the past. Claire said no, and David regrets that. David regrets that Claire did not agree to marry him. Okay? So if only she had said yes. Another way of saying this was, I wish that she had said yes. Okay? So it's a regret about the past. And it's an unreal situation because, of course, it's too late now. We cannot change the past. Okay? And again here, this is the past perfect. We have the verb had, which is the past simple of have, which is the auxiliary verb, followed by the past participle of work, which is worked. Another example. So this is the rule, and I've already shown you this. So the example is, Jane stayed in England during the summer. Unfortunately, it rained every day. So here is Jane. She decided to spend her holidays in England, which is never a good idea. And it rained. So today, in the present, Jane says, if only I had gone to Spain. Okay, if only I had gone to Spain. So Jane wishes that she had gone to Spain because the weather would have been nice and hot in Spain. Okay, so she didn't go to Spain and today she regrets that. Okay, so I had gone. So we have this is the past perfect. Had is the auxiliary verb and gone is the past participle of the verb go. So this is the past perfect, and again I have a very good video explaining the form and all the different meanings of this verb. The link is on the screen now, and it is also in the description of this video. I recommend you watch all of the videos I recommend in this video because they are very, very detailed. Exercise. So I have 3 exercises for you. I want you to write 3 sentences with if only. Sentence 1, I want you to express a wish in the present. And here is the form. Question 2, I want you to express a wish for the future. And here is the form. And finally, question 3, I would like you to express a regret from the past. And here is the structure. Okay, so write your answers in the comments below the video. And finally, here is my wish, here is my example. My wish for the future is, if only you would share this video. If only you would share this video. So I'm asking you to share this video, please, on your Facebook or Twitter. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Here are some other videos that I recommend you watch.